The time is 1:15. Here is the news, edited by Catherine Pereira, read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. Prime Minister urges new Sri Lankan envoys to take new initiatives to attract investments. It has been stated that the government has presented a progressive budget amidst many challenges. Concessions have been provided to the low-income facilities by providing 183 billion rupees to the Aswasama beneficiary program. Parliamentarian Ran Vikramaratne said that the groups who bankrupted the country are still in the government. Sri Lanka, Sweden successfully concluded first round of political consultations. WHO says Gaza's biggest hospital becoming a cemetery. Local news in detail. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena asked the Sri Lankan envoys to focus mainly on economic diplomacy as the country needs the cooperation of other countries for rapid economic progress. Addressing the 10 newly appointed Sri Lankan envoys at the temple trees yesterday, he urged them to showcase Sri Lanka's ability to interact with the rest of the world, take new initiatives to attract investments and joint ventures. Our focus is to increase trade and investments while engaging with host governments and premier business houses, leading investors and chambers of commerce and industry. You have to promote Sri Lanka as an interactive destination, not merely as a tourist destination, but mainly as a place for investment and trade, he said. Sri Lanka can rapidly grow its own economy by closely engaging with other nations. It is also a pragmatic response to this shift in world economy towards Asia, particularly the economic crisis of China, India, and ASEAN, he said. The Prime Minister advised new envoys to interact with Sri Lankan expatriate organizations in host countries and important friends of Sri Lanka in those countries to build a new network to promote bilateral ties. He stressed the need for strengthening ties with the Spanish-speaking world, especially Latin American countries, through accredited ambassadors of those countries. State Minister Ranjit Sembalapati says that the government has presented a progressive budget amidst many challenges. Attention has been paid on all sectors. Concessions have been provided to the low-income families by providing 183 billion rupees to the Aswasama beneficiary program. The payment for kidney patients has also been increased. Measures have been taken to develop the rural roads. He made these remarks while joining the budget debate in Parliament today. Answering to a question raised by opposition leader Sajid Premadasa regarding the results of last budget of 2023, State Minister Ranjit Sembalapati said the national economy has been increased by the 2023 budget. He also stated that the foreign reserve has been increased when compared to the last year. Inflation of the country has been declined. State income has been increased by 29%. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Your next generation digital banking partner, People's Bank.
Continuing with more local news, Parliamentarian Ran Vikramaratne said that the groups who bankrupted the country are still in the government. He accused the government that the malnutrition and poverty level of the country has been increased. The health sector has been collapsed drastically. He also stated that the people are suffering due to the impose of tax. The salaries of private sector has not been increased. Parliamentarian Vajra Abeyewardene says that President Ranil Wickremesinghe has presented a strong budget for the betterment of the country. Facilities have been extended to enhance the living condition of the poor people. He made his remarks while participating in the Dasa Desin program of the SLBC today. Professor Sunanda Madhuma Bandara said that all parties should provide their support to implement the positive proposals of the budget. Participating in the Subharati program of SLBC, he said that the country has not yet been secured from the bankruptcy. There are many problems to be solved socially and economically. Sri Lanka and Sweden have convened the first round of bilateral political consultations virtually at the senior official level. The consultations took place on November 9th, on the eve of the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries, which will be celebrated in 2024. The consultations focused on consolidating existing multifaceted partnership and identifying new avenues for increased cooperation. That ends local news.
Enjoy seamless shopping. Open LCs, settle bills and transfer funds instantly, anywhere and anytime. With People's Bank Digital Solutions, you're empowered to do more whenever and wherever you want. Unlock a world of modern banking conveniences with People's Bank, your next generation digital banking partner. People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatma.
Minister Dr. Vijaydas Rajapaksa says that the investigation is being carried out by the Attorney General regarding the allegation made by the British Council 4 on the Eastern Sunday attack. British Channel 4 on the Eastern Sunday attacks. He said that the Attorney General will take suitable measures in this regard. The government has taken decision to provide compensation for the victims of the Easter Sunday attacks. That ends main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatma.
Moving on to Watchlight. The crop cultivation at the agricultural model farm in the agricultural training office in the Kaduruvela town in Polonnaruwa has been damaged by elephant attacks. Accordingly, the cultivation of banana, mango and big onions have been damaged due to this attack. Farmers request the relevant authorities to provide a speedy solution to this matter. That ends Watchlight. Moving on to world news, let's take a look at the headlines. WHO says Gaza's biggest hospital becoming a cemetery. South Korea fears Hamas-style attack from the north. Nepal banks TikTok citing disruption to social harmony. World news in detail. Gaza's biggest hospital, Al-Shifa, is nearly a cemetery, the World Health Organization warns, with bodies piling up inside and outside. Dozens of premature babies and 45 kidney patients needed dialysis can be treated properly due to the lack of power, a UN spokesman says. The manager of the Al-Shifa told the BBC 3 premature babies are among 32 people who have died for lack of treatment in recent days. Fighting has been raging close to the hospital in Gaza City in recent days, with several fuel shortages affecting treatment. Israel has accused Hamas of having a command and control center under the hospital, which the facility and Hamas deny. On Sunday, when South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol hosted U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin at his home for dinner, he urged Mr. Austin to be vigilant against any type of North Korean attack, including surprise assaults, resembling Hamas-style tactics. Ever since Hamas launched its brutal cross-border attack on Israel on 7th October, South Korean politicians and defense chiefs have invoked comparisons between that and what Pyongyang might do to the South. Nepal has banned China's TikTok because its content was detrimental to the society harmony. The decision comes days after the country has introduced the new rule requiring social media firms to set up liaison office in the country. TikTok, which has around 1 billion monthly users, has been banned by several countries, including India. Earlier this year, Montana became the first US state to ban it, while the UK Parliament banned it from its network. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. WHO says Gaza's biggest hospital becoming a cemetery. South Korea fears Hamas-style attack from the north. Nepal bans TikTok citing disruption to social harmony. That ends world news.
Development news.
The Department of Irrigation has planned to reconstruct the Beduma the Diavanava irrigation scheme in Buttala. 5 million rupees will be spent under the aid of the World Bank. Many farmers' families will be benefited. That ends development news.
Moving on with sports news.
The 34th National Youth Sports Festival, organized by the National Youth Service Centre under the supervision of the Sports and Youth Ministry, is set to kick off at the Sungardasa Stadium from November 16th to the 19th, featuring the participation of 3,000 athletes. This 5-day national competition will unfold in 2 divisions, catering to athletes between 15 and 29 years of age and those in the under 20 and above 20 ages categories. That answers sports news.
Go ekatiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyameta set wenna as wahagena dagapu veena habe karanna youth ekata niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB I Am, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Hemas Hospital Network celebrates its 15th anniversary. Managing Director of the Institute, Lakith Perez, said that the Institute was able to strengthen the health sector by implementing community development projects. An international level health service are being provided by the Vattala and Talavathukkuda Hemas hospitals. That ends business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekatiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyameta set wenna as wahagena dagapu veena habe karanna youth ekata niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB I Am, a plan for your dream.
Moving on to economic news, the central bank has issued treasury bills valued at 175,000 million rupees. These bills will expire in 91, 182 and 364 days. The relevant auction will be conducted on Wednesday. These bills can be purchased from primary dealers. That ends economic news.
Weather report.
The low-level atmospheric disturbance over the island still persists due to the influence of the low-pressure area development in the southwest bay of Bengal, stated the Meteorology Department. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times over the coastal areas of the north, northwestern, western and southern provinces. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places elsewhere of the island after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy showers above 75 mm are likely at some places in western, Sabargamur, southern, central, north central and northern provinces. That ends the weather report. To wrap up the afternoon news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Prime Minister urges new Sri Lankan envoys to take new initiatives to attract investments. It has been stated that the government has presented a progressive budget amidst many challenges. Concessions have been provided to the low-income families by providing 183 billion rupees to the Aswasama beneficiary program. Parliamentarian Ranil Wickramaratne said that the groups who bankrupted the country are still in the government. Sri Lanka, Sweden successfully conclude first round of political consultations. WHO says Gaza's biggest hospital becoming a cemetery. With that, we conclude the afternoon news on Radio Sri Lanka. The time is exactly 30 minutes down 1 o'clock. Till 2 p.m., let's listen to lunchtime music on Radio Sri Lanka.